So I was going to do something completely different today and not even make a video, but then I saw this thing in my box of goodies and I was like, maybe I should make a video. So here I am making a video. So it's a piece of tiger chert. Now this stuff in general is on the trickier side of things to nap, but because it's such a gnarly looking piece of rock, I thought I would make a little video and just go through and reduce this into a biface. So probably I'm gonna end up with biface about that long. There's no way I can utilize this part. It's way too over on this side. There's just absolutely no way, so might as well get rid of that, show my process. Alright, anyway. Alright, so I'm just gonna get rid of a little bit of this. Okay, so since I'm not going to use any of this, since I've already decided need to get rid of that, so I'm going to hold this thing in such a way where I am not pushing pressure on it or anything, because I will end snap this thing through here for sure. Okay, so let me just double check that I'm in view. I think I am. Anyway, this will break there if you hit this wrong and you don't hold it right. So I'm just going to support it as best I can. I'm going to pull this into my hand with my thumb, and I'm just going to put my finger under there just lightly, just to support that a little bit. And I'm just, oh, well, that had a crack in it. Okay, so nature did that one for me. As you can see, this stuff is just, it's tricky, man. Well, that had another crack in it. Sounds like there's another crack in it somewhere. Alright, we need to get rid of some of this thickness, so might as well just go straight for it. Got rid of that. Just brushing it a little bit, just to turn that a little bit, and then we're going to try and run one along there, but that's not too bad. I'll just brush it back a little bit. We'll run it along that a little bit. I was hoping it'll go a little bit further. Come back from the other end. Okay. Run one into this, because I'm not so sure what this stuff in there is going to be doing. So if it's going to break, I'd rather break it now than 20 minutes in. So right now, I've got this in my way from getting a nice platform there. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put my little finger under there. Just get rid of that a little bit. Brush that back. Okay. Then it sets me up here. Get that a little bit of a brush. Maybe brush it back just a bit. Okay. I'm set up there again. So I don't want something that's going to hinge off in there, so I just want a little one just to run up to that somewhere. See? That actually came back out. That was lucky. Well, it wasn't luck, but anyway. It wasn't skill either, but... Okay, so my tip has come down quite a bit. Not going to worry about this yet. I want to get my base thinned out a little bit, so brush that down. Okay. See? Ow. Brush that down a little bit. Hold it by the margins. This is how I do it. You can hold it like this and strike, but I tend to just break these things. So I'm going to hold it by the margins. I'm going to put my fingers under there just to support a little bit. Not even going to push on it. Just going to hold my fingers under it. Jam this in my leg. Ow! A little piece of rock in the hammerstone. I just jammed it into my finger. Okay, brush that down just a little bit. Back brush it a little bit. You can brush it down, but it's not really necessary. Just a little one. This side, just a little one. Okay. Alright. I'm not going to worry about the square edge or anything right now. I'm just going to sort out getting this thing flat and organizing it a little bit. So you guys see in there. Now if this was set up nicely, this would be a really nice one, because you can get a flake if this was turned a little bit more towards where, basically where this is here. So if that was up here, then this would have been a really nice one. You can get a nice flake to wrap all the way around and take part of the square edge off. Okay, so we can't do that because if you look at it from the top, see I've got all this nonsense in the way. Plus it's a little bit on the low side, and if you look this way, it's dead flat. So you need something there. Alright, so I might just leave that for a second and see if I can attack it somewhere else. So I can lose a little bit of width on this corner and then come in, because right now I'm torqued as well. So see, this is high. So we can do that, lose a little bit. There. Okay, just give it a little bit of a brush. Just short ones, just little. Don't want them to go too far, just little ones, because I want to bring this corner down. Okay, give this a little bit of a grind that way, and see a softer hammerstone. That's not really a hammerstone platform. The angle's not right, but the softer hammerstone will catch it. See? Alright, so now we can shoot just one more flake into this here from the back. See? Nice. I might even save that one. That's nice and flat. I can make a point out of that. Alright. Alright, so I'm just going to take a couple of a few short flakes, because now, same thing, but look at this, corner is way down now. Alright, I'm holding it the same way. See that? Okay, so I don't need to go much further than that. I'm just gonna little ones right into here just to bring that edge more towards the center. Just little ones. I'm kind of supporting it with my fingers underneath, just a little bit. See? Okay. So now my edge is more towards the center. Okay. Now, I can either try, and I do want to attack this. So, if I can get in there with the hammerstone ever so gently, get a little flake going this way, remove that, then come in this way, smoosh this one down a little bit, we can get in there. But right now I can't get in there with my hammerstone. So I'm going to pull my edge away just a little bit more. See? Now we're exposed. Alright. Now I don't have to worry about too much hitting this part of that edge. I just want to nick it. Come on. Was hung up and under there. Let's see if I can just brush this little piece away. Just like that. Alright. Brush that down, brush that down. Okay, now I can take a little one in, another little one. Okay, now we'll come back because now I've got this in here. There's a high spot. Oh, I think that was completely out of frame, but anyway. Low spot, high spot. So just little ones. Okay, see, all blended into that. I want to, probably should take some more off this, run down here, and then have my tip there. But I'm still kind of thinking that I might be able to, if I can get a really nice flake, take some of this off, I might be able to leave this as my tip. Because I've got plenty of width on that side. And then make my base down here somewhere. But either way I'm going to have to lose length either there or there. Because if I go down here to put a base in. Alright. Okay. Let's take one through there. Get rid of some of that thickness. Actually, this is going to be, let's see. Almost. It took a little bit. I didn't have enough back pressure on that to actually take enough off. But that was a difficult little angle. Okay, again, fingers underneath, holding it nice and tight or fairly tight along the margins. That was way too much in. Okay. Alright. Let's see. I'm still trying to set this up so I can come in here. Well, somewhat. This is why a nice soft hammerstone, because you can hear how it's just gripping that edge. Now if I take a, let's see, have I even got one? A really hard hammerstone. Okay, listen. You can hear it's just running over the top. It's not right. Listen again. See? This is way more grippy. Alright, anyway, let's get rid of that little bump there. Okay. I'm trying to hit awkwardly because my phone's right there. Well, I messed all those ones up. That's alright though. I've still got this spot in there that I need to get rid of. Oh, overshots or mistakes. I've got that little crap. That little spot right there. Now that's gonna interfere. If I strike that to try and run one in there, that's just gonna end in heartache. Oh, damn, that last one. That's from trying to swing weird. Let's do this. Finger support underneath. I wonder if I can go, no. There we go. That's better. Oh, and there's a crack in there. Uh-oh. That's not from me. Okay, so I don't think it goes very deep. I don't see it on this side, obviously. But... see, now would be a good time to try and fix this and run along there and try and get rid of it from this side. See how deep it goes. Come on. Okay. Ah. There was actually a crack in there. Oh, was it? No, that's... yeah. That was me. Alright. Come on. Okay, let's try. And I got pretty close to getting rid of that crack. Fixed that problem and got some of my crack and got some of my edge just by setting up my platform a little bit better, hit a little bit higher, back in support, so in the back of my hand. Okay, so it's gonna follow the support. All right, spread to that support. Two problems, one strike. Ow! Anyway, enough of that. Alright, now we can run another one probably down here. And it's probably going to terminate in there somewhere because this is turned. It might actually run all the way, but I don't think so. It's a little bit low, but did take a little bit of it. Again, okay. Platform was set up. Back support all along there, pushed into my hand, okay. The amount of pressure you put on this dictates how much that's going to take off that side. Platform set up, okay. Support underneath. Boom. Okay, now look, I haven't even touched my square edge. No zigzagging, nothing. Where's the previous one? Okay. So from that, to that, to that. Now how did I do that? Overshot flaking. Platform set up proper, hit a little bit high because I needed to, so otherwise I would have probably crushed it or done something stupid. Okay, so I hit a little bit high on it. Okay, back support in the direction, that direction. Again, platform set up. Cleared there, a little bit of grinding, a little bit of back, hit it just above the edge, not on the edge, just above the edge. Back support, okay, jammed into my hand, not too hard, because if you jam it too hard, you'll probably fold this thing in half. So just a little bit, support that there, whack. And then booyakasha. Might actually glue those two back together. I've seen flakes. Probably, I don't even know, 4 or 5 times as big as these. Right? I mean like flakes. Like this wide or this long, probably about, I'd say that wide, 4 inches, 4.5 inches, that fit together exactly like this. So they were done in sequence, one and then the other one, okay, from the gold site. And they're lying on top of each other exactly like this in a display case at the lab. Now, were both of these mistakes, and was that both mistakes? Who knows? I'm not smart enough to know these things. Okay, so I want to come into this here now. I can take one off this base, come in here, flatten that out, maybe fix my platform up here, come back this way. The angle on this is pretty good for a hammerstone. Just get a little one in there, clear that out the way. Give a little bit of a grind. Okay, so I'm not gonna try and take a monstrous flake, I just wanna get a little one. Well, that was a double one, that's actually pretty cool. Anyway. That happens sometimes. You catch it, and as you follow through, you catch it again, and it just one on top of the other one. Okay, that's not going to work for me. So if I try and hit this now, I'm probably going to overstrike this edge and do something weird over there. So just going to relieve it just a little bit. give that a brush there. So I've still got this bump right. Focus through there. That's going to be a problem, so try and brush it. It actually moved over a little bit, just like a pressure flake. Okay, brush. Not quite steep enough. Okay. Okay. Through my whole pie face. Anyway. Okay. Shoot one in there. I don't want a big one. Just want it in there somewhere. Got it anyway. Crushed my platform. Okay, come right there. Right there. Okay, let's come down here. I've still got this square. I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay. Below the center line. It's not a very good platform, so I'm gonna turn it this way to where it is a good hammerstone platform. And then just take a little one. Just a little one. Just a little one. So I've got that there. So I'm going to have my finger under it. I'm going to tilt this down in that direction. Support. Okay, I can come down here, give that a little bit of a brush, same thing, just go down. Now that's basically almost gone, so all I've got to do now is tilt it like this, go this way, support. Okay, let's clean that off. Let's try and get one in there. So this is a little bit, there's a concavity there. Let me show concavity. Okay, right there, going into this, going into that. Okay, so I'm going to put my fingers right in that concavity. Support it, make the rock think there is no concavity. And I'm going to catch it. Okay. We'll go from that there. So now I'm going to jam it in the back of my hand. We'll hold it like this. Pinch just a little bit just to give it some support. And I've got these fingers not pushing on it, but I'm just supporting it. Get rid of that little bumpy. I don't even know what I'm going to make out of this. I'm just kind of reducing it down. See, hammerstone flakes don't have to be big and aggressive. Okay. Run one, short one. I don't want to go in too far because I'm going to step or hinge fracture it right through there. Because see? See? So I just want a short one. I just want it to go a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, now I can come from this one here. Okay. Fingers. just up to there. Don't want it to go far, because look at that. Beautifully blended. Little one. So another concavity there. So I got my finger in there. I just want a little one. Oh, that one actually did. Oh no, it did a little bit. Clean it off. Nope. I can tell that's not going to help me much. It stepped a little bit. Doesn't matter. I got so much meat left in that tip. Let's go off. Let's fix this. Come in here a little bit. Okay. This back part there. This is way too low. So I'm going to brush it that way, and then I've got this bump that I need to get rid of. So just going to push that out my way. Don't want a big one, just a little one. Okay, and at the same time I'm turning this edge this way. You see those little flakes coming off? Like I can't strike this way. Where am I? Can't strike this way, because I'm just gonna step and hinge fracture a bunch of flakes right in there. Because it's on this side, it's above the center line. On this side, it's below the center line. Okay. Now I've got a nice ridge here, so I can either come off this, because that angle is actually not too bad, but hitting on this cortex is not going to necessarily be a good idea. So I can either come this way, or I can go this way. So if I come this way and I mess it up, I've got another option over here that I can clean that off with, or vice versa. Okay, so brush that cortex away, brush the cortex away, give it a little bit of a grind. Okay, I've still got another one here that I can come back on. Sorry, I need to try and show this a little bit better if it'll focus. You see those little flakes coming off? It's going to be a tricky little one to hit. Try and find a nice spot on my hammerstone. Come back this way, just into there somewhere. So I'm going to brush it. Down, moves my edge this way. Turn it around. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a grind. Now instead of hitting it like this, I'm going to hit it like this. Okay, and that there, not worried about it at all. Actually, for a second I thought it was a crack in the rock, but it's not. Because I can come through here and clean it off. There's plenty of thickness there. Not even phased about it, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. That might be a crack in there, actually, if it'll focus right there. Might be a little bit of a crack. I'm not too sure yet. Probably not. I'm getting pretty close now, and see I've got this belly here. Whoop-ah. This belly. So I'm just going to slowly chip away at this until I've got enough to come back. I've also got this that I can chip away at and come back. So we'll just okay. Short ones. I don't want massive ones going in here. I just want short ones so I can get my convexity back. I know this was a way bigger rock than what I have left over, but a couple of things I wanted to show and had to do in anyway. It's fine. It's going to take a couple of short ones. Okay, so probably at this point I'll just switch over to the punch, but I'm going to put this away because I have no idea what I'm going to make out of this. I know it was a lot bigger, but there's a few things that needed to happen, unfortunately. I still think I've got a crack in there, so I might still lose even more. But I wanted to show those overshots and stuff in anyways, and do a quick hammerstone reduction on a weird rock. And there was all the other funny bits. But anyway, it's beside the point. Alright, that's it for now. Another hammerstone video, but hopefully that one was a little bit more informative. And then I'm going to try and make some videos this weekend. And here's another interesting thing, except now for this unfortunate crack that I have in it that I'm exceptionally pissed off about. But see, I've got this hollow spot in there, and the same on this side here. See how round that's getting, and I'm using my edges here more than I am the sharp bits. Every now and again I'll use the sharp bits and then they get flattened off, and then sharpen them back up, and I just keep turning this thing all the way around until I find a good spot where I'm gonna use it. But interesting, you find stuff like this and they're like, oh, it's a nutting stone. No, definitely not a nutting stone. Anyway, and you can even see, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but my little scratches all the way around, if that even picks it up on camera. See. Anyway, thought that was interesting. Thanks, guys.